Well, now that you're back,
Yes, sorry about that. No, true story right there. Emily remembers properly. At least the first part of it.
You said you had to figure some science out. If I could ask you some questions, if it's
Sure.
going into territory you don't want spoiled, if I'm getting too
I
close
will
to that.
river song you if need be.
Alrighty. You said you had to figure out the physics of atmosphere within. Is it all of space, or is that part of the mystery?
All of the Dream Nebula that is known by humanity in this setting is breathable atmosphere. If you fall off a ship, an airship going from place to place, or if you even fall off the edge of a skyland, as they're called, no, there's no worlds either. There's chunks of worlds, and you can fall off the edge, literally. And you have a better chance of dying by starvation or exposure than you do of anything else, unless you get hit by something going at another direction at a relatively fast speed.
But she has dual airbags, so she's okay.
So you can drink that, what was it called? The beer stuff from Willy Wonka, and then fart your way to the planet. Yeah.
Fizzy lifting drink. Yeah. Actually, one of the major things in there. I also run when I go to Comic Cons or gaming cons. I often, excuse me, I got my throat messed up cutting wood last Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we cut something that I was allergic to, and it really got into my.
Yeah, inhaling sawdust really soothes the throat there.
Yeah, causes that to seize up. Anyway, I sat there and kind of had to work it out. I can't give much away about why it's that, but I sat there and extrapolated a theory that is out there done by a physicist. I can't even give his name because to do that would actually give away the concept. But
because
when
we're a bunch of nerds that will go look it up.
But yes, the idea is that they exist in a place where this concept, the scientific concept, could technically exist. And I don't want to. Technically there's zero G is almost everywhere. That's one of the things that actually is confounding to humanity, who has gravitational control. On the cover of this book, the first book here, Dreams Within Dreams, you can see Winston's airship. That is his tug, the Sierra Madre, and those are gravity gravity fans. They use gravitational forces to compress and create thrust, and so he uses them, and they rotate and everything like a VTOL or a drone, and they rotate around and give him extra maneuverability because it's a tug. And so what happens is they get thrust that way, and so humanity has a lot of high tech. They have how to handle. I'm using kind of quantum gravity theory from what I, as a layman, can understand. I am not a scientist. I'm sciencey at best. And so I said, all right, what would they use it for? But the one thing that confounds them is that they have Earth normal gravity on all these chunks of planets that technically you shouldn't have normal gravity. And it goes sometimes like on a center line through the planetoids or the skylands or the pieces of moon that are out there. And they can't figure out quite why, because it'll sometimes then flip over. So everything's pulling to a single gravitational plane. And it's a mystery that humanity has not figured out yet, especially with the control. Now, another fun thing is, like I said, you got to worry about, being lost in zero G. They have things called flight rigs, which are basically anti-grav flying belts or rigs, harnesses. It's not really a belt, it's a 5-point harness. Mm-hmm. And they're ubiquitous, and you can get different grades of them. And they're as common as bicycles. So that's part of the setting as well. Another fun part of the setting is because everything is in a almost sea level sea level pressure of Earth for atmosphere. Again, nobody understands. Yeah, nobody quite understands why, but that's how it exists, and that means that travel speed is limited at most to, at the top end, Mach 25. reentry speed for a shuttle. After that, you're burning up no matter how fancy your materials are.
You're just going to flatten yourself against the atmosphere.
Exactly. So although there's all these chunks of planets, they're spread out a lot, and it can take days to cross from population areas. And they don't know how big. They haven't found all the pieces. I mean, they're finding pieces of metallic hydrogen from Jupiter's core every once in a while. And they know that somewhere out there that Zhao the Eternal has made his own planets that they can't get to. They don't know where they are. And there's theory, because of AIs reporting back, that they are what's called in the, it's the transhumanist style of stuff. They're called J brains, or Jupiter-sized brains of computers. And so the theory is out there. There's the myth. Of course, a lot of them chalk it up to AI sniffing too much analog, but you get the idea. Tim Allen, I can only tell you the one name of it. One of them is Door County Peninsula's mead. I don't know the name of it, and the other one is Viking's Blood. He needed to know the mead, so there he goes.
Yeah, but I like that Nebula idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Firefly, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar.
One of the things he did was silence in space. And when he had to have a space battle, but he wasn't quite in an atmosphere, what did he do? He put it in a nebula.
Yep.
That way you had a medium for sound to travel. So there's a lot you can do with nebulas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the thing is, people don't know really what kind of nebula it is or how it's all contained. It's like I said, that's spoilers. Sorry, I got to keep the whistle wet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Burner and John A. Douglas have joined us. Good evening, folks. Good to see you.
So yeah, I tried to keep a lot of hard science in it instead of just doing a lot of hand wavium. Because people like that stuff. And if you can figure out the reason for why things are acting the way they are, hey, all the better. And some of this might be funky science, but,
Well, it lays a foundation for your world to build off of. So you always go off of this. You refer to that science, your physics,
Yep.
You know how going forward everything works.
Absolutely.
Foundations are important.
We've been hedged.
Oh, no. Can you talk about that? What's that black stuff, like the black void that comes in?
Oh, the black void.
Yeah, because that pops in, I noticed, and takes over at some point.
Sorry, coughing attack. Okay, So on the cover is, again, another story in there. That wonderful chunk of destruction there is called a black void event. They do not know why they appear, and what happens is they're like a black cloud filled with lightning. It grows until it hits a size of unknown proportion. It's always different. And then all of a sudden it vanishes instantly, leaving the only time they ever see a hard vacuum. And everything, and you know what happens when you have a vacuum formed inside of an atmosphere? Boom, implosion. Everything gets crushed in together, and that is what makes, and whatever was there,
it must result in one hell of a thunderclap.
Oh yeah. And I don't skimp on how dangerous those things are or how scary they are. They're actually they're the sort of the apex predator of disasters in the setting. And Winston has experienced them twice in his life. Most people don't.
I have to say, like, most guys don't have any interest in putting this much thought and actual science into this kind of stuff, and I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, congratulations.
I am an odd duck.
And I'm a very horrible crow.
I'm sorry. Whenever you say that, I keep remembering the movie The Crow. Quick little impression for you. No. You got to go with the Michael Wincott impression at the end. And that is little impression for you. Caw, bang, F, I'm dead.
But Mr. Patrick, another thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
what do you see this as? Because I'm imagining this thing straight up like Treasure Planet animated movie. You know, I don't know. You have
To
something
a
else in
degree.
mind.
No, there's that level. I want that level of swashbuckling adventure going to it, but it's coming from, like I said, sort of the everyman truck driver kind of point of view. Winston is a very blue collar guy. He's got an addiction problem to virtual reality. He's suffering from PTSD and survivor's guilt from things. Yeah, this isn't spoilers. This is just stuff that you learn immediately in the first book. Mm-hmm. And because of that, he developed a VR addiction because he couldn't use chemicals for any way to numb the pain. And of course, being a trucker, you're not sitting there dealing with a therapist or anything else. Now, mind you, another thing that I work with in this is the fact that distances are greater than planetary distance. And you know that if you try to send a radio signal to the moon and back, there is a 6-minute delay, something like that?
Something like that.
I thought it was a 6-second delay.
Oh, 6 seconds. It's 6 minutes to the sun. That was what it is.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's right. 8 minutes to the sun. It might be 8 seconds to the moon, but I mean, we get the idea. Yeah, between 6 and 8. Usually, Maji looks these things up for us.
Oh, okay. She's the research maven of the outfit.
She is the secretary. She's the secretary. A very good secretary.
I am learning the things that make this work.
We like to keep it traditional.
Wait, this system works?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Any system that doesn't fail is working.
That's true.
I won't say anything about the quality, but it works.
What does that mean by a certain? What does that mean by a certain government entity?
Tim Allen is correct. There are nebulas in space made out of alcohol.
Yeah,
some of them smell like raspberries.
Yeah, listen.
Only if they're made out of beaver extract.
So supposedly, and Mr. Mindflayer told me about this one time, there are nebulas made of nothing but pure alcohol. And I just want one brave, daring man to go in there and just grab a sip. I want to know what the
you would have to condense it with gravity to get it to collect into a liquid, and then it's probably going to be too strong for you're going to need to dilute that some.
Mr. Bouncer, you understand that the meat of the gods, it's right there in the galaxy. We just need to grab it, and we can drink it. The meat of the gods.
I don't know if it's naturally produced or not. You might have to do some refining. Like
we call this cosmic shine.
Cosmic shine, literal moonshine. Ooh, little something
Star
for you
shine.
guys.
Star shine.
Ooh.
Skunks, welcome in. Thank you for the. Thank you for that. 1.2 seconds. I remember the ham operators used to try to do the moon bounce, where they would bounce their radio signal off the moon and talk to somebody over the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also hear about the Van Allen belts around the Earth, and if those are like radiation belts that are plasmatic, then radio signals can't penetrate. Then how are we doing a moon bounce?
Oh, there you go. 1.2 seconds to the moon. Thank you for the clarification, Skunks. And nice. Let me guess, you're a bit of a Lockheed fan? Skunk Works.